how much time do you spend on the internet for academic work?
I was discussing with the students, they are cybersecurity students, and I asked them that, don't you think this is a vulnerability? Something that could be exploited, that could bring a threat. And this thing happens in Zoom, especially because our internet is not stable.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have noticed, sometimes when the internet throws you out, as the host, the next person, the very person that came after you, so to say, becomes the host. And it's part of what we are saying. So what about, I just asked them, because I wanted to share, I was sharing slide with them, and by the time the network logged me out, I came back, I couldn't share my screen again because I don't have the right. And I asked them, what do you think about this thing? So, but sometimes I don't, that's just an addition to even what we do daily. Do you know, I just watched a video, somebody sent one video, that all the apps, everything you do, apart from the pictures, there are other things about this thing. There is something we call non-repudiation. You can't actually deny that you initiated or that a cause or an action. It might take time. Even if you delete, it will still be retrieved.
Do we all know what blended learning is?
But you as students, how do you support your own learning with technology?
My university in South Africa, I didn't know how to use EndNote.
Yeah, EndNote, yes.
But they have a section that will send out calls from time to time. The training that is.
Yeah.
And if you think you need that, the call will just appear on your university email from time to time. So you register. Of course, there will be limited number of people they can accommodate at a time. And once it closes, you can only wait for another time. I mean, it's not a longer period to each other. So it's a continuous something. If we can have it under this teaching or learning technologies, yeah, they will have that if anybody is newly employed, you just go there to learn how to use online facilities for teaching. So that could be part of what that PEDA or session will be doing.
When our chief lecturers give us materials, I see those words as complicated. So I just copied the term to the internet to just get more explanation and more pictures that will just give me clear understanding. Because when I'm actually reading, I don't tend to understand those words. So with pictures and diagrams, that's still get better.
In fact, if we want our students to be able to survive outside there, it should be part, Some of my students were saying, sir, let us have physical. Yes, we are enjoying this Zoom thing, but let us have it. I said, very soon your interview will be. I said, 2012, I was interviewed, via Skype. Thank God that happened. I came back, I graduated master's student on Skype without having to go
travel down to
South Africa.
Now, how many of us would like to use blended learning in our work with our students? All lecturers need training.
You shouldn't take attendance at this time. When a student may want to be in class and cannot connect, or he connects, the connectivity breaks and he's not able to connect again, and then he tries Globe, he tries MTN, he tries this, and So these are some of the issues.
These gigantic buildings, we will not find anybody in there anymore. Maybe people will be receiving certificates at home. So our focus, we must redesign our focus in terms of how we spend.
People who have studied educational technologies and who are technologists. So they will form a cadre of learning technologists. They are the ones, you don't have to bother yourself setting up. They are the ones, like your technologists do in your laboratories and workshops. They are the ones who will set up, who, if you don't know how to use it, who will take you through how this thing works and so on. and they are coming up every time. They are like assistants in technology to lecturers. We are taking EAA based on the number of courses and but like you said, if you are taking one course online, if you know how many hours you would spend to prepare the material for online learning, the number of hours you spend with your students online, even when the discussions are asynchronous, not to talk about when there are synchronous discussions. We will be asking for each institution 200 billion.